Period. I'm putting gloves on because it's cold on this side of the rink. And David with a long shot. That's going to go wide on the glove side. Rolando's going to give chase. Takes a check here. Hutch gets it, puts it back into the zone, but it's going to be offside if anybody touches it. Now Roland has it. Puts it back into the corner. Might get a couple of good checking shots from here. 18 behind his own net. He's going to put it around, going to bounce off the sideboards and get out of the zone. David giving chase. David puts it off the boards. Caleb almost had a piece of it. And that'll be offsides if Wenatchee touches it. So this gives Snow King a little bit of a respite. That goes off the boards into the Wenatchee zone again. Just a game of table tennis so far. 0-0. This is the start of the second period. 14-10 to play. Behind the net, Anthony tries to clear it around. I'll try to zoom in a little bit. If you just joined us for the second period, no score so far. And I am using just my phone to tape this, so not a real camera. I apologize for the camera work. It's going to be sloppy. And shot on Carson. He stops it. David gathers it in. Carson puts it against Carson's pad so we can cover it up. Took a while for the referee's whistle to blow. Carter out there to take the face-off. Loses that one, I think. I was looking at the camera. Now Carter behind the net. Fighting for it. And gets it back to the corner. Now 14's going to get it for Wenatchee. Tries to put it back to his own point. He's held there by Daniel. Goes across in front, and it's in the net. Pass from the corner. Out to the middle. Somebody got a piece of it there, and it went through, looks like the legs of Carson. Hard to tell. But one way or another, it's 1-0 Wenatchee. $13:30 to play in the first period. Carter won that face-off. But Wenatchee's going to come away with it. 14 going to the outside. Shot on net again. Carson makes a save. Comes right out to the slot. Now it's harmlessly back at the point. That's going to cross in front of the net to the corner. Daniel trying to get to it there. Behind the net now. Now in the corner, Remington giving chase. Carter's going to get it. Take a look. Flips it off the boards to nobody, really. Carson was there, but Carson couldn't get it. So here's Carter. Carter cuts to the outside. Carter trying to go around the man. A shot on net. Goalie's going to have to stop that. Carter goes off for a change. That was a dump right on the net. And David not able to keep that one in. Now 15 for Wenatchee. Trying to take that puck out of the zone. Not sure what he's trying to kill. One or another, that goes all the way down. That'll probably be icing. It is not. Not sure why, but not called for icing. Here's Mason giving chase for this one. Trying to get there first. And the Wenatchee player manages to clear it high and all the way behind the net. Wenatchee doing a lot of dump and chase in this game. Seems to be effective for them so far. Mason on the way here to give chase. Doing some forechecking, and it is Jacob who takes that one away and puts it down to the corner. Now Seattle on the dump and chase. Behind their own net, Wenatchee. Oh, and Jacob's going to take this one away. George out front. Jacob puts it off, and Hutch gets a shot, and it just goes off the goalie's glove side. Nice shot by Hutch. Jacob on the forecheck, taking that puck away. George puts it back off the boards behind the net for Hutch. He's going to go to the corner. Now he puts it behind the net. George is there. George looking for Jacob. Jacob moving in. Cannot get a shot off, unfortunately. That puck went to his backhand. Now David back. Puts it all the way back into the Wenatchee zone, and here comes Hutch. Hutch on a mini breakaway here. He's going to have some time to shoot this. He does, and the save is made. No rebound. Goalie covers it up before George can get a piece of it. 11:37 left to play in the second period. Back to the action. Carter coming out for the face-off here. Wins to the inside, and Rolando can't get. That's going to be a penalty. That's going to be called probably a hook or no interference. Roland had a chance to get a shot away there, and the player interfered with him. So with 11:33 left to play in the second period, Seattle's going to go on at least a 1-second power play. 2 minutes if they don't score. Players lining up here. Carter on the face-off, wins it over. Back to the point for Anthony. Anthony, unfortunately, doesn't get a shot off. That goes to number 9, and now short-handed. Here comes Wenatchee. Pass across. Number 9 couldn't get a handle on that to shoot it. Seattle got lucky there. Now working it around the zone. It's 5 skaters on 4 right now. Seattle shouldn't be having this kind of problem on the power play. Wenatchee working behind the net, getting out-skated. Taken away by Seattle and shot down towards the goalie. This won't go for ice. This should be a shot on net. Goalie has to handle it. Caleb back there, giving chase. Deked out by the man. Couldn't get a hit on, and Rolando's going to take that puck away. Kicked in there by Daniel. Carter's got it, puts it off the boards, all the way behind the net. Rolando giving chase. Now it deflects off a man and outside the zone. There's David. David jumps out on defense. David will have license to bring this in. Carter now trying to get to it on the right-hand side. Gets to it, but the puck bounces off the boards. David in there as well. Carter with a shot, and it goes off of Mason. Mason behind the net, trying to put it out front, puts it through his legs, can't get the pass to Carter. 17's going to bring it out, and that'll get outside the zone. David passes across for Remington, looks like. Yep. Remington, inside for Mason. Mason, still in the neutral zone. Crosses it for David. David lined up for a shot here. That goes off a blade and wide. Now Carter's on the captain. That goes behind the net. Wenatchee reverses, and they'll dump it all the way down. No icing. 39 seconds left in the power play. Mason stays out. Carter still out. David out there on forward. Behind the net. Alex has it, looks like. Alex looking for a man. Puts it all the way up for Carter, but that's going to get behind him, and that'll be an icing call. With 21 seconds left in the power play, Seattle's going to be forced to take a face-off in their own zone. Face-off down in the Seattle zone, won by Seattle that time. Sorry for the focus, folks. That's an icing call again on the power play. 15 seconds left to pay in the power play. I'm going to pause this. Sorry for the focus, folks. Here we go. Back into the Seattle zone. 8 seconds left in the power play. Reverse there for David. David taking a look. Tries to give it to Anthony. It gets past him. Jacob there trying to take it out. And checked now by number 14. 14 for Wenatchee. Stick handles in front. 17 has it. Tries to get a shot off. Cannot. Carson on the ice. And the puck's going to come free. Now Hutch is going to have a chance. Hutch trying to bring it through a couple of men. Brings it through. Has the puck. Sorry. There we go. Now Hutch takes a hit against the boards. And it goes around the far side for George. George puts it in behind the net. Goes off wacky, but Jacob's going to get it. Puts it right out for Hutch. Hutch with a nice shot. 2 shots, as a matter of fact. Gets his own rebound, but 33, the goalie, stands his ground, and no goal. Still 1-0 Wenatchee. Can't tell you how much time is left because I cannot read that scoreboard. Could be 3:05. It's probably 9:05. 9:09 it could be. There's a lot of missing bulbs. Carter out there for the face-off. He's got Rolando. Back on a point. Looks like Remington. Tries to stop it with his foot and can't. Gets past him, and Daniel back to gather that in. Daniel taking a look for somebody. Daniel doesn't see anybody. Taken away by Wenatchee. Rolando will take it there. Wenatchee just out-hustling Seattle at this point. Now Rolando tips it forward. Carter going to try for this, but doesn't get there in time. Wenatchee's there first. Carter on the forecheck. Rolando knocks it down, keeps it in the zone. Now it's out of the zone. And Daniel will put it back in. On the forecheck, it's Carter again. Cubs, oh, nice long pass, number 12. Puts it across, and Carson has to make a great leg save. Then on the rebound, has to make a nice blocker save. And terrible, terrible camera work, but essentially, no goal. Might be 8:20 left to play in the second period. A little more than coming up on halfway through the game here. Now David battling for it in the corner, trying to clear it out. And Hutch is going to come away with it. Hutch cuts to the inside, taken away by the Wenatchee player. Still battling for it. And that's going to be kept in by Alex. Mason puts it to the corner. Wenatchee tries to clear it out. Kept in there by David. David, quick shot on net. Just wide. Alex on the forecheck. Taken away there by Hutch. Now behind the net and off all the way around. Kept by Hutch. And it's finally out of the zone for Wenatchee. Mason giving chase once more. Falls to the ice, and that's going to let Wenatchee almost cross the line. Hutch is going to get it. Put it up there for Mason again. Mason trying to get that puck. Mason hustling tonight. Now across for number 7 for Wenatchee. Still in the neutral zone. David gets it. Puts it up the middle. Wenatchee working back to their own guy. On the forecheck. This is going to come back for David off his foot. Can't touch it. That's going to be offsides. The touch up, and here comes Wenatchee. All the way down the ice. And not called for icing. Hit somebody, the referee says, or the linesman says. And so Anthony will try and clear it. Does not. Puts it off the boards. About 8 guys there. Chose to put it off that way. That might have been Daniel, actually. No, that was Anthony. And a shot. Mason stops that one. Again, out in front. And Anthony's going to gather it in. Gets hooked a little bit. No call. And back to the corner. There's Wenatchee in the corner. Just out hustling Seattle. No doubt about it at this point. Seattle's got to start moving its legs. Hutch just slams it around, and that's going to go right back to the point again. Lucky bounce for Seattle. It gets out of there. Alex pushing a man there. Back to the corner. Back in the Seattle zone, and that's finally going to get cleared. Now 16. Back in his own zone. Puts it across for number 3. 3 goes to the corner. Puts it out front. 17 trying to put it in there, but cannot. And here comes Mason. Mason has the puck tipped away, but he's going to retain it here. Try to come across the line. He can't. It's taken down in the zone. Mason gets back up, and he's back out to center ice again. Meanwhile, number 14 down at the far end. Shot across. Carson makes one save. Rebound was there for number 3. Couldn't corral it. Goes behind the net. Comes back to the point. Carson with a stick save. Now Alex. Alex putting it up. Nobody there, and that will go for icing. 5:45 left to play in the second period. Missed that last face-off. Sorry, folks. Anyway, 5:37 left in the period. And battling at the boards is George. All the way down. That shall probably go for icing, and it is. Face-off in the Seattle zone. Puck bouncing around. Number 11 for Wenatchee. Gives it to 12. 12 tries to put it to the inside. Blocked there by his own man, number 10. Now 15 squeezes in from the point. Tries to put it at the corner. And one of the Seattle player has it. I think that was Caleb. Tries to bring it out. Loses it inside. Wow, that was terrible camera work. Sorry, folks. And back to the point for number 15. Number 15 for Wenatchee. Moving to the middle. Winds up, takes a shot, but it goes wide. Bounces off behind the net. Corralled in there. And now it's out in front in the crease. Over to the sideboards. Number 13 there at the point. Puts a shot off his own man's foot. Back to the corner. Now 15 on the far sides. He's worked in from the points. Playing in the corner now. Puts it in behind. His player in behind the net. Looking for a man to pass out in front. Nobody in the middle, but they find somebody in the slot. Great passing by Wenatchee here in the first and second period. And they shoot it up and over the net. That puck is stuck in the netting above the net. So 4:35 left to play in the second. Wenatchee wins that one. Another shot on Carson. He's going to deflect that one away. To the corner. Now Anthony or Daniel winds up. It's Anthony. Puts it off the boards, but not out. He's going to get another chance at it, and he puts it down the ice. I'll zoom out here. Should be no icing on this one. It is no icing. Number 7 comes back, puts it off the boards. Mason there trying to get that one. Couldn't get a hold of it. And number 2 is going to come across the line, dump it into the corner, and beat Anthony to the puck here. Back to the point. Shot in from the point wide of the net. Number 2 behind the net now. Taken away by Anthony. And there's going to be a penalty against Wenatchee. Taking a man down behind the net in the far zone. That's not the kind of penalty you want to take. Interference is the call. And one of the Wenatchee players is going to go to the sin bin with 3:55 left in the second period. This will give Snow King the power play. Puck outside the zone. Because it was a penalty in the zone. So if you take a penalty in the offensive zone, you have to take the face-off outside that zone. All the way back in. Carson stops that. David looking for a man. Gives it to a man, but he loses it. Tries to put it off the boards and can't. That was Rolando. David coming in behind his own net again. He's being watched by one man. Seattle's had some terrible power plays so far. Mason cherry picking, keeping a man out of the zone. That's going to go right to that man, unfortunately. Goes up and over David's head, and that'll go all the way down into the Seattle zone behind the net. No icing called because there's no icing on a shorthanded situation for Wenatchee. Wenatchee spins around, takes a shot, and I think he was pulled down, but no call there. Now Hutch, but Seattle just looks like they're playing in quicksand. There's no jump to their step whatsoever. Maybe Mason can turn that around. Here he comes, puts it off the boards, takes the puck in. It's a power play right now, and Seattle cannot seem to connect with each other. Now Mason gets that puck again. He's working 1-on-4 right now. No one helping him out, really. And it's shot all the way down the ice. There's just no jump in the step. Now here comes David. Alex is out on the ice, receives the pass. Now here comes George. George dumps it behind the net and takes a hit. In behind the net. No. Here we go. Hutch getting it. Giving it to Remington, who rifles one just wide of the net. Now Daniel rifles one, but that does not go wide of the net. Blocked by a man going down and sacrificing himself. Remington gets back in time to take that man down, and there's going to be a penalty against... it's interference. I'm guessing it's on Daniel. Let's find out. And it is. So that's going to nullify the penalty with 2:28 left in the second period and 33 seconds left in the original power play. So for 33 seconds, it's going to be 5-on-5. And all the way down in the Seattle zone. Sorry, it's going to be 4-on-4. After that, Wenatchee will come out of the box, and they will have a power play for 27 seconds. Back to the point for 13. 13 puts it in behind the net. Stop there in the corner by his own man, cuts it across. It's 4-on-4 right now. This is not a power play yet. But Wenatchee controlling play, doing a much better job at passing today than Seattle. Over in the corner. And puck out front. Carson has to make a save there. Not sure what he saved that with, but he saved it. 7 seconds left in the Seattle original penalty to Wenatchee. In 2 seconds, this is going to turn into a power play, believe it or not. Wenatchee comes out front, puts the puck there, and Carson makes a save. Knocks it out with his stick, and not out of the zone. Right now, Seattle's playing shorthanded for another minute 17. Wenatchee working it out from the side of the net. He's just allowed to walk out there, and Carson has to reach out and grab that one with his glove with a minute 40 left in the second period and 1:11 left in the shorthanded situation. Back to the action. Need a drink of water there. Puck bounces up over the boards, over the net, and lands right in front. David has to type the man to keep that from being a goal. Here comes Mason shorthanded. Mason gets the puck to the blue line, ties it up, kills some time. He's lifted up. He still has that puck, battling for it, keeps it in his feet. Killing more time. 14 takes it away from him, gives it to 17. Minute 15 left in the period. Shot on Mason. Off the boards behind the net, and whistle blows. Well, the net's off, that's why. 39 seconds left in the shorthanded situation for Seattle. There we go, taken away by Mason. Mason now, he's on a breakaway. He's got one man racing back against him. Mason cuts to the inside. Stick check by the goalie. Nice shorthanded situation there. Taking advantage of the opportunity, but couldn't bury that puck. Jacob now giving chase, and Mason just solidly lays two players down. And here comes 17 across, gives it to 3 on the outside. 3 gets a shot, that goes wide. David tips that puck away to 17. 17 takes a shot, and Mason's going to gather that one up. 6 seconds left in the shorthanded situation. Daniel will jump out of the box and leave about, about 29 seconds left in the period. Remington jumps out there. Jacob's out there. Rolando jumps off the bench. 35 seconds left in the period. Still 1-0 for Wenatchee. Face-off won by Wenatchee there. Back to the point. Shot on. Mason gathers it up with his hand and holds on to it. Nice glove save. Caleb jumps out on the ice there. Now back in the zone. A little bit of confusion at the Seattle net. Okay, now we're even strength. 22 seconds left in this period. 5-on-5 hockey. Puck tied up in the corner. Wenatchee trying to dig it away. Puts it behind the net to his own man. Shot through the crease. That was in the air. Carson tried to grab that one. Now number 6 at the point. Cuts to the middle. Puts it across, and that goes wide on the blocker side. In the corner. Wenatchee. 1 second left, and that'll do it for the second period. 1-0 in favor of Wenatchee.